Hey everybody, Josh Heston, Editor-in-Chief of State of the Ozarks, and of course I am interviewing on behalf of Branson U, Community Begins With You, here at Branson City Hall with the one and only Cody Fenton. How are you, Cody?
I'm good. Thanks for taking the time to sit down and visit with me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's well, I've actually been wanting to do this for quite a while. You and I sat down and visited before you were on the city council.
Yeah, lots changed.
It has a bit more formal. We were wearing mics. Now we're just like chilling and.
I think I even wore a suit, which I don't even do to work.
Yeah, I'm digging this. I'm digging this. It's this is a lot more. This is a much more chill.
This is more me.
This is a much more chill Cody. Of course, you were elected as city council member.
Yes, sir.
It would have been April of last year, so 2021.
Yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
see, I can do math. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Not all the
Carry
time.
the one.
Divide by 6.
All right.
And in this regard, obviously, you're now essentially, well, you are a public figure for the city of Branson, and all of that. Now, tell me a little bit more about yourself outside of city council.
Well, as a lot of people who tune in to City Hall know, or to our meetings rather, I am an attorney. And so in my daily life, I spend my time doing that and have my own law firm here in Branson. And been doing that. I've been an attorney now for almost 10 years. I had my own law firm for a few years, or about almost, I guess, a little over 5 years now. And married, got 2 kids, and younger kids, and so they're involved in all sorts of stuff. So if I'm not here or at my office, I'm usually doing something with them. So they keep me busy.
I think so, and I think that's important. I mean, it's important for people to understand that, especially in terms of your investment in the city of Branson, and also your involvement with the Branson public school system.
Yeah. So my wife's worked for the schools for since we moved to town in 2013.
Wow.
So kids have always gone to school there. Wife's worked there, through various roles. And so yeah, we got a lot of connections to Branson. It's neat, when you go out to things in the community for people to see you and know, hey, that's a guy that really is part of the community, and and his kids, and he's doing what we're doing, right? I mean, it's no different. I mean, yeah, I sit up on the dais up there and get to make some decisions, but I'm just an everyday guy too that loves my community and wanted to give back and participate in it. So
Absolutely. So there's one incident on video I want to give you a hard time about, because we've also, well, I was there.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Yeah, I know you do. When you were sworn in, tell me about that.
That was quite a, obviously there was a lot of changes. There's been a lot going on that past year in 2020, and had the election and a lot of changes coming in, and there was a lot of anticipation for that particular day, just given what was on the agenda. And so I think just the whole of it, when just kind of taking it all in, and got my family there, and the audience is just jam-packed full of people, and the moment it just kind of got the better of me. And so I remember when Lisa called me up to swear me in, I'm holding my hand, and I kept doing this, and I'm just like, and I was trying not to pass out, and my hand was really doing this, and so I was like, all right, well, if I do this, maybe I'll calm down. And I don't know what I was doing. It was all kind of a blur, and I tell you what, that was a fun, interesting night.
It really was, and you made it through.
I mean, I survived somehow.
We also have documentation you did not pass out.
I didn't pass out, yeah. So for anybody that was curious how that played out, I did not pass out. I made it to my seat, and yeah, rest is history. So
yeah, exactly. So moving forward on that, you've got your first year of your 2-year term under your belt. What are some of the things that, if that you could just talk to the public and let them know about processes or workload or any of those things that you've learned about sitting on city council? What would those be?
One of the interesting things about it is I don't think anybody can fully prepare you for how much time involvement it is, and that can be as simple as returning somebody's phone call or an email, or various meetings we go to. It's not just the two city council meetings a month. There's actually quite a bit more to it than that. We serve on various committees and we have study sessions and you know, there's always something going on. There's always something to do. And so, you know, the first thing that kind of surprised me and I wasn't really prepared for was the time involvement. And so, you know, and as far as, you know, the city operations, you know, it's not as simple as we just show up to a meeting, right? You know, we don't all just show up to the meeting and figure it out. I mean, we have study sessions and we have, you know, when it comes to, I've sit on the finance committee, and so I've got that perspective. And, you know, when it comes to city finances, everything is so vetted through that process that, you know, it goes, you know, through the directors and the finance committee and the board. And so there's a lot of involvement versus, you know, we don't just show up at the meeting and make decisions, right? There's a lot of lead time and stuff that's happening sort of behind the scenes that maybe the public doesn't necessarily see and get to participate in or is aware of, maybe. And so that's, again, you know, as from an outsider's perspective coming into this, I've equated it to drinking water through a fire hose this first year. And so the first year was me just trying to acclimate and get my feet under me and figure out how it all works myself, right? And now as the, you know, one of the veterans on the board, you know, a year under my belt, right? Now I kind of feel like I have a good idea of how the process works and how things operate. But it's still, you know, now we've got new board members and getting them up to speed and, you know, and getting everybody kind of, you know, back on the same page. And so it's been an interesting process.
Absolutely. So we've got a number of essentially commissions, committees. We've got the city council meetings themselves every other Tuesday night, correct? Or two Tuesday nights out of the month.
Second and fourth Tuesday.
And so there's a wide variety of ways that obviously the public and the voting public of the Branson wards can engage with you all. That said, there are certain structural formalities. This is kind of a big imposing building to a certain degree, and it's easy for people either to be intimidated or if there is a reason for them perhaps to be disgruntled or have a complaint, et cetera, that it's also, you know, certainly a place where people can get angry as well. What would be your recommendations for people? I mean, obviously the ideal is that nobody gets mad, but to be able to just be constructively in contact with their representatives.
Yeah, and I think that's the key right there. I mean, I don't think anybody that ran, that's run in the past, that's served in the past, or that's currently serving, I mean, we all genuinely did this because we wanted to be helpful to people. And I think, you know, for citizens, you know, the first thing I would say is, you know, reach out to your alderman. I was visiting with Alderwoman Denham last night, and she was telling me about a deal that she had gone through with some folks related to a business. And just visiting with her and kind of hearing how that process was going and the way she was able to help them and work with them. I mean, that's what this is about, right? That's what we're elected to do, is to come alongside people and not be, you know, just doing whatever we want to do, right? It's here to assist people. And so I would encourage anybody, you know, you got myself and Alderman Rodriguez in Ward 2, Clay, everybody knows Clay, right? And Marshall in Ward 1, and then Ralph and Ruth in Ward 3, you know, and reach out. All of our information is posted on the city website. Reach out, and if we don't know the answer, we have a lot of good staff here at the city that I can't tell you how many times where somebody's reached out to me and said, hey, what about this? Or, you know, why is this happening? Or what happens in this situation? And then I reach out to whomever at City Hall, you know, where I know to go, and I say, hey, what does this look like? Or what can we do to help this person? Or how can we address this issue? And we're all doing that. And I think, you know, using us as a resource to get to those people and get those answers, that's really what we're here to do. That's what this is about to me. And then you mentioned the committees. You know, I think one of the best ways to really know what's going on is get involved, right? And that's the great thing about these committees is there are a lot of public involvement in it. So, you know, people have the opportunity to sign up and serve and really see how the sausage is made, if you will. So the committees, you know, the finance committee, it's open, it's public. Anybody can come and listen to that. Planning and zoning, HR, I mean, the list goes on. And so there's public involvement by serving on those committees and, of course, coming in and participating in those meetings also.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got your first year under your belt. You are a veteran. What are some things that you're looking forward to as a city alderman and council member for the next year?
Yeah, you know, the one thing I've consistently heard in the year I have been on the board is, and we hear it almost every meeting, is the need for housing. We need to address housing in our community, which in turn addresses the employment issues in our community. And so we've got some things that have been brought to us, that have been brought to meetings, that have been presented to us. There's some exciting opportunities for our city. And I think, for me, if I accomplish nothing else, if we could get the ball moving on some housing, some workforce housing to address this housing issue, and in turn this employment issue, I think that's a big thing. I think that's a big thing to address for our community. It's a need. Every business owner is dealing with this. It's a universal issue right now in our area and across the state. But what we can control is what we can do here. So
absolutely,
I think that's something we really need to continue to focus on.
Very, very cool. Awesome. Well, I look forward to, as long as you're up to it, just continuing these kind of conversations.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And of course, follow, like, share, subscribe. In regards to Branson U, remember the community does begin with you. Engage with your local elected officials, and we will see y'all soon.
All right. Thank you, Josh.